Hi, this is Mike Barnes from mailorderbridenews.com, and I am with Mark Davis, CEO of Dream Connections. They are a international marriage broker. Mark, if you could just tell us about the rebrand of the website. Uh,
Sure.
are there any new features? Are you moving from, because you were originally called European Dream Connections,
Correct.
are you moving away from Quest to what other sites call a romance tour? You call a Quest tour,
hmm
moving away from Europe only into other parts of the world.
Well, that's part of it, and I appreciate your asking the question. A little bit of the history and what brought me here. I was just a regular guy, and I dated in Latin America first. Actually, if you read my book, I started off in Brazil and a little Costa Rica, and I was just fascinated with the foreign cultures. I love the curiosity of always having some new perspective in life, and I just said, man, this is what I'm looking for. I gotta marry somebody from a different country. And I met a buddy who married somebody from St. Petersburg. I went on a romance tour and met my wife. And several of us who found our spouses there later got together and said, "Look, we found this, but we learned sort of the hard way. Some of the ways real, sincere guys actually make this work." So they encouraged me to write a book, and I did. And then that just kind of led down this path. I didn't intend to go launch this company, but we did the Dr. Phil and Today Show and a lot of these other programs, this cable show. I think you first found us on that, Secret Lives of Women. And
Sure.
then 2 years ago, or a little bit more, we decided to go ahead and trying to do something with this that was different, a little just a hybrid, a little more personalized, kind of a not quite the big box tour, but not a one-on-one thing, but sort of something in the middle with these like dinner socials. And so we've been doing that. We have our own little niche. It's small groups, and it's been very exciting. And so now as the company's kind of grown, we've been doing this and enjoying just the segment that we were in. Yeah, the natural thing is, well, Mark, when are you going to go to Mexico? When are you going to go to Asia? My partner, Peter Mara, I met the same day I arrived in Ukraine, and he's married, and he's got 2 kids, and the girls are all friends. And so we decided, you know what? The company, we're finding our niche, and guys are liking what we have. So sure, it just makes sense to take our model and try to go to other parts of the world. So that was one of the first thoughts that came up in rebranding the name and making it not just European Dream Connections. Go ahead.
Is there any new features on the site that users can look forward to? Any?
Yeah, no, I appreciate that. It's the same thing when we decided to kind of start all over with the, kind of our quest tour, our little piece of a romance tour with a clean slate. We decided the same thing on a new website. What could we do differently? And one of the things that we're known for is the sense of community. We're very open. We let anybody talk to anybody, talk to the guys who've been on tours. We interact every week. When we have a call, we have an open chat session. So even as I'm doing some educational material on a webinar, all the guys can talk to each other. And so it's this sense of community where we want to support each other. And so to take that a step further, we're launching sort of a Facebook-like social community. So members of what we call our tribe can interact and talk to each other, and we welcome it. We're very, I don't, I'm not afraid of any conversation. It's like, I want you guys to be successful. The one thing is, I'm very careful to protect our group for those guys who are just sincere, looking for a life partner. One of the
Sure.
things I got asked on the Today Show is, he says, Mark, the reputation out there is you guys are just out there looking for prostitutes. And so we're very
Sure.
protective of being able to have somebody come in and ask sincere questions and get really honest answers without the fear of that kind of a criticism that they're one of those trying to do that. So
Sure.
the Facebook thing is one of the things that's new. That'll be part of a membership. We'll have a small membership fee, and the reason I do that is because I want it to be someplace where somebody has to be registered, and it is behind kind of a private wall where people can ask those questions and not worry that their conversations are Google searchable, that they're on open forums, and that they can really get good answers.
So this is like a Facebook community port
hmm
site, and but it's a paid site. You pay a certain amount of money per month to join, or
Most of our site's free, just like the old one. You can go there. We'll have free educational webinars every week. We have free viewing of the profiles of the ladies. We have past content. We have the Russian and Ukrainian ladies. My wife does various interviews. You can ask them about things. So most everything we had before is free, just the same as it always has been. Nothing's changed there. But we wanted to add an additional level of service for guys to create this sense of community and a safe place so people could have this. And then with that, I'm launching another educational program where we call our tours the Quest Tour. So we decided to launch the Quest system, and it's called The Year That Changes Your Life, because a guy has to be honest. If you really want this, it's not a small process. It's going to take a year of your life. By the time you're researching it, preparing, and you actually go on a trip, then you find her, then you've got this visa process to work through, and by the time she comes in your house and you get those 3 months to decide whether you're a fit or not, it's a year before you're married. And so, but to do that, for a lot of guys, they realize, but if they're willing to make the effort and investment in that year, the prize they get at the end is a superior relationship with an amazing lady. And so to do that, I've created a year-long training program called the Quest System. And in there, we do personal development. I'm actually doing Russian lessons. We're going to do fitness training and a bunch of other stuff to help guys all around with personal development. So, yeah, so we're adding that component as well with the new launch.
Could you talk about pricing for the Facebook site as well as the Quest program for the year?
Absolutely. We're going to be announcing it, and basically it's not even going to be $19 a month. We're just trying to get people in the door to be able to chat with each other, create something very easy, low bandwidth. The education system is something that we're going to be including for people who put a deposit. They're going to go on a trip, or if people want to just pay a little bit larger monthly fee, $37 a month. We'll add the fitness training, personal development programs, the language programs, and a lot of other things into the package. So the pricing is pretty simple. It's either $19 a month, $37 a month, or if you put a deposit on the trip, you get a whole year of all of it for free. So, we're trying to make it very easy, and compared to what guys are spending already on letter writing and video chatting, we think this is it's a small investment in yourself and education and personal development to help whatever you're doing with whatever company more successful and better prepared to really win. But again, Michael, thanks for having me on board. Okay. I got to tell you, we're going to do everything we can, and we're happy to help you as well. So thanks for having me on this interview. I appreciate it.
Thanks, everybody. You can find Mark Davis and Dream Connections at www.dreamconnections.com. Face-to-face introductions, because as you see in the background, you can't download
All right, Michael, thanks.